Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So the other day I was talking to this dude and he was basically telling me that he's been having a real hard time, getting with chicks, talking to girls, getting numbers, whatever it is. And so I'm talking to him, and as I'm talking to him, I noticed that he was a little bit insecure. He didn't really have any confidence in himself and all this other stuff, right? So I was telling him that, a big reason why he's having issues is because of his confidence, right? But then he was on some stuff talking about, oh no, it's not that. I gotta get more paper. I gotta get more money. And, then he started to go into this whole thing about how, it's all about looks too, because girls just want guys that are good looking and blah, 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 right? You heard all this stuff before, right? So the thing what I was trying to explain to him is that you got to understand that when it comes to women, right? Women generally are attracted to guys who they perceive is either equal or better than them. I'm going to say that again. Chicks are attracted to guys who they perceive is either equal or better than them. Okay? So what I was trying to tell him is that, if you're being insecure, if you're not confident, right, and you approach a girl, she's going to look at you as you are sort of less than her. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that is what's going to make her not really feel you. See, a lot of times when guys step up to chicks and, they holler at girls, they come at them with this energy like, oh, hey, miss, you're so hot and I hope you like me. Or, hey, miss, I'm really nervous right now talking to you and I really hope you don't reject me. Like they come with that, energy. So when you come in with that type of energy, right, you're putting yourself in a lower position. You're putting yourself as like a guy who's, insecure, a guy who's not really sure of himself, a guy who's not confident, right? So the thing is, when women are dealing with you, they're going to see you as a guy who's not really on their quote unquote level, right? And so they're not really going to be trying to mess with you, right? And the thing is, if a chick encounters a guy who she feels is either equal or better than her, and usually it's if the guy she perceives is better than her, that's even a more, it's a thing that will make her even more attracted to him. Then, if she perceives him that way, she's going to want to get with him, right? So what does it mean equal or better, right? So, when we're talking about, a guy who's equal or better, right? It's all about her perception of how she sees you. And if you are the type of guy who's confident in himself, who values himself, a guy who, understands his worth and his value, then you are going to be seen as a guy who's either equal or better than her, right? Because if she's the type of chick who's insecure, who's super insecure, and you're confident, she sees that as better, right? If you're a guy who's confident and she's also confident, she could see like that's an equal thing. Like, yeah, I'm, she's confident in herself. You're confident in yourself. Everything seems good to go, right? But if she sees you any less than that, she's not going to really be trying to fuck with you, right? I'll give you a simple example. You ever notice a lot of chicks sort of say, oh, I'm not really into guys who are shorter than me, right? So that right there is just a symbolic physical representation of what I'm talking about, because a chick, she'll mess with a guy who's maybe the same size as her, or in most cases, she wants a guy who will be taller than her, right? So taller to them, they will perceive that as, a bigger thing, a larger thing, and that equates to better. Right. And the thing, let me explain when I mean better is that when you're talking about better is actually just an opinion. You understand? There's no fact that something is better or worse than whatever. It's really, when you get to the bottom of it, it's an opinion, right? But it's how she's perceiving you. And then she's going to perceive you in that certain light based off of how you come across. Right. So when we talk about that same example of the guy who's, taller than her, and bigger than her, she's seeing bigger as better. And that's what makes her, want to gravitate to that, you know, and of course with the whole guy being bigger and it's like a protection thing, you know, as far as, you know, how women like guys who are protectors and providers and all this other stuff, right? And again, that goes along with the whole equal or better because they want some guy who's going to make their lives better, who's going to benefit them. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, the reason why I'm saying this is that it's not necessarily that you have to, you know, do some extra shit to get girls or you got to be on some whole nother level or whatever. No, the thing is that when you start to see yourself as valuable and carry yourself that way, when you approach girls, they will see you as the type who's equal or better. And that's what's going to make them more attracted to you. If you're doing anything else besides that, if you're on that, you know, lower level, it's going to make her not really be trying to fuck with you like that. Now, you do have situations where you will see, and you see this a lot, you will see women with guys who you would think, this guy's kind of lame. He's not all that. How did he get her, right? Or why is she with him? You understand? Or you might see a woman with a dude who she's sort of like running the show. She's sort of bossing him around. He's on some beta male shit. Now, these women, they get with these guys and they know that this guy or they see him as lower. Do you understand? They don't see him as equal or better. You understand? They know that this guy is not, you know, on the level as another type of dude, right? But the reason why they get with those guys is because they want to be able to control that situation. You have certain girls who like to be able to control the situation with the dude, but, you know, to a certain extent, but they don't really have that feel of a great relationship that they would really want when they have a man who they feel is equal or better. They're just sort of settling with that type of guy. You understand? And they're running the show and they're just like, they're not really that happy because they know that their man isn't really a masculine type of dude. They're just kind of like with him because they're like, well, yeah, he's here. He's doing whatever I say. And that's that. Right. But they're not really satisfied. It's kind of like the equivalent of you getting with a chick who's not that hot and you'll stick with her because she's, you know, she's giving you some ass, but you don't want to show her off because she's not that hot. You understand? You don't want people seeing her with you. You understand? Like that type of shit. It's that type of thing with them, right? So this is why you'll see women with a guy who they feel isn't, you know, equal or better to them, right? But at the end of the day, women are going to be attracted to men who they perceive as that, because again, this is not a fact. This is not, you know, a fact where she's, you know, she or he or whoever is saying that you are better than her or, you know, you're equal to her or whatever her level is and all that other garbage, right? But it's how she perceives you. It's how she thinks about you. And the way she's going to think about you like that is by you first approaching her as a man who is confident. You understand? This is why so many guys have issues with women, because they step to women and they are coming at these women as if they need these women to validate them. They come at these women, you know, on this lower value, this lower level of energy. You understand? So they're coming up to these women on some, oh, pick me. I hope you like me. Let me buy you drinks. Let me do this for you. Let me call you all day. Let me rub your feet. Let me simp. Let me, you know, do all this other shit. And she's looking at this guy like, you understand? Because she doesn't see him as somebody she wants to latch onto. She doesn't see him as somebody who she wants to follow his program. See, when a woman sees you as equal or better, she wants to follow you. She wants to be submissive. She wants to actually be a part of your program. That's what they want, right? And they'll feel that way and they'll see that if you're the type of dude who is displaying characteristics of a guy who is equal or better than her. You understand? This is why, like, you know, if you have a dude who is, you know, confident and he's dealing with a chick, and let's say she is, you know, acting up and she's on some bullshit. She's just acting stupid or whatever, right? And that guy, he's so confident that he just checks her. He's like, look, the shit you doing now, don't do that shit. That's bullshit. Like, he's checking her, right? And most of these other guys that she's been with has never checked her before, right? So she's going to be more attracted to him because he had the confidence and, you know, and the boldness or whatever to check her on her shit. While these other guys were just like sort of sucking up to her because they wanted her to like him and all this other stuff. You understand? He checked her and let her know, like, hey, listen, if you do this type of bullshit, I'm out. You understand? So she's thinking, damn, there must be something about this guy. There must be something going on with him, you know, and he must be on some other type of level if he's just that comfortable to check me or leave me versus these other dudes who's just like groveling at my feet. You understand? So she's going to want to be with that guy. She's going to want to follow that guy. But that guy has already instilled in himself confidence. He understands how valuable he is. So when he approaches her, she perceives him as either equal or better than her. And that is what makes her want to jump on him. Do you see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you guys have, you know, are having trouble with these girls or had trouble with these girls, it really comes down to, you know, how you're approaching them, how you feel when you're approaching them, the energy that you're bringing across, and how they perceive you. Do you understand? This is why you ever see those videos with, you know, they have like a hot chick walking down the street or whatever, and then some guy, it's like those prank videos, and I know some of them, they say though they started to stage them or whatever, but you see those prank videos or whatever with a guy, he's like, hey miss, how you doing, blah 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 blah, and she sort of ignores him, and then 5 minutes later he comes around the corner with his expensive Corvette or some shit, and he's like, yo, what's up now? And then she's all like, oh hey, what's up? You understand? Because now she sees him as a type of dude who's doing better than her. When he first approached her and he was just looking like a regular dude on the street, she's like, oh, this guy's whack. He's just like all these other regular guys, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like that type of thing. That's the thing that makes them gravitate to you when they perceive you as that way. And you can actually control how they're going to perceive you in most cases, meaning you basically are bringing forth a certain type of energy, which will in turn make these women see you a certain way, which will make them more attracted to you. You feel me? So that's all I want to say about that, guys. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com and get my audio program, How to Improve Your Inner Game, and also 10 ways to build your confidence so that you can step up your confidence game so that you, when you approach these girls, you have that energy going on with you and you make it happen, all right? So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. All right, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. Gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.